Welcome to JSA TV Live. This is the live streaming news source for Datacloud USA. And today we are coming to you live from beautiful Austin, Texas, where we're hearing from thought leaders around the tech, telecom, and data center space. I am Keely Dorian, and joining me right now, we have Stuart Lawrence, Vice President of Product Engineering with Stream Data Centers. So thank you so much, and welcome to JSA TV Live.
Thank you so much. Great to be here. Hook 'em, as they say in Austin, Texas. Great show so far. Great panel this morning. Having a good time.
That is really excellent to hear. And you can just definitely feel the energy. Lots of people just excited to be all in the same room together. So let's dig right in and let's talk a little bit about Stream. Just for those of us who don't know, can you just share a little bit more about what you guys do and where you're located?
Yeah, happy to. So Stream Data Center is part of Stream Realty, located in Dallas, Texas. We are a full slate developer of data center sites. So we'll do land, we'll do core and shell, we'll do fully operated MEP fit out facilities. Typically we work with Fortune 100, hyperscale type customers on wholesale type deals. And in-house engineering, great operations team. We work across the spectrum.
Always a lot going on, I'm sure.
A lot going on, yeah. I mean, and we've been around since 1999, right? We've built over 25 data centers now. We've got a raft of facilities and campuses that are underway for our customers. So, yeah, we've had our challenges as with everybody else. It's been an incredible last couple of years, but we continue to be trusted and asked to deliver. And so far, touch wood, things are going well, but very busy, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about you for just a moment here, if we can. Back in May, you were named the Vice President of Product Engineering at Stream, so congratulations for that. What exciting things have you and your team been working on for your customers?
A huge amount, right? So not only dealing with supply chain, figuring out how we can adapt certain things, what we can do with our design to make it more streamlined, to be able to deliver faster, in budget, on time for our customers, right? We've been developing new fan wall technology for our cooling platform. We've been looking at how we build on the topology that we've currently got for our electrical design, specifically for some of our hyperscale customers that have some different redundancy requirements. So I've been extremely busy working with construction, working with design, working with our consulting engineers. Not a lot of sleep over the last 6 months, but it's been fabulous. Yeah, I'm having a thoroughly good time at Stream Data Centers.
Well, you know the saying, no rest for the weary, so you're just going to fall into that category, my friend.
The one I know is no rest for the wicked, so, but yeah.
The wicked or the weary, can we say both? Well, you guys have also been very busy on the customer front. You recently, Stream recently announced it was selected as a trusted data center partner by T-Systems. Can you share some of the details about that and why that was just a good fit for both of you?
Yeah, it's sort of indicative of us with all of our clients, right? So Stream, like I said, privately held since 1999. We are a trusted vendor to all of our customers, and that's because we are very candid. We never get over our skis. We try to honestly portray exactly what we have coming, and we generally deliver what we set out to promise, right? So a lot of the time, the things that we bring to the table for our customers are just very, very good clarity in supply chain and what's going on and how we're going to deliver. And so they trust us. There's a very high depth of trust, and we continue to do that. So, coupled with, I think, a very good understanding of the facilities in general, electrical topologies, the mechanical side of the equation, we can deliver the goods when it comes to that side of the house.
And speaking of that trust, I mean, you really do have a very good industry reputation. I read a stat, I've got it right here. It's something like 80% of your customer base is made up of Fortune 500 companies. Do you believe it's because of that level of trust that you have established with them?
Yeah, I mean, you get found out very, very quickly by those folks, right, if you can't deliver what you've promised. And I think that shows, in the over 23 years now Stream has been operating. We've never ever been sued. We've never had a client terminate early on a contract. We've never had someone leave and sue the company. So very reliable, very honest and steadfast. And so, I mean, I think that just shows most of our clients would like us to deliver more capacity, right? So, but we're not going to get over our skis. We're going to stay to the course, and we will grow. And we've been doing that tremendously, but without getting outside of our comfort zone, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, any sneak peeks of what you can give us, what's to come for in 2023 for Stream?
You know, we're already ordering for 2024. Actually, most of our infrastructure for 2023 has been ordered and paid for. A lot of it, and it's on its way. We've got a huge amount of capacity, and some new geographies that are coming out will be announced fairly shortly. One of them got leaked actually a few months ago, but no, we'll continue to build on the sites, campuses we have. We have, like I said earlier, we've been working pretty hard on a cooling platform in the background that gives our customers a lot more flexibility and freedom, and allows us to construct in a better way. So there's some of that coming. Just small improvements along the way. Make sure that we iterate correctly and keep sailing tight.
So, where can people go now that you've given us these teasers? How can we follow you, and where can we go for more information?
Yeah, streamdatacenters.com I think is a good place to start. I think a lot of the folks that are in site assessments and looking for land and stuff know us pretty well. But for anyone who doesn't, the usual social media outlets, we're here, and come and talk to us. Yeah, we might not have a lot to sell you. A lot of our customers have taken it all, but we're always open to developing. We'll develop and sell you a piece of land. We'll do a shell. We don't have to be tied to a whole, the whole facility, as it were.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you're having a great conference and that you enjoy the rest of it. So thank you very much for joining us here on JSA TV, and thank you for joining us as well. And as always, happy networking. Hello and welcome to JSA TV Live. We are the live streaming data source for news here at Datacloud USA. We are in sunny Austin, Texas today on the floor at Datacloud USA, and I'm Keely Dorian. Joining me right now we have Naren Dunaram. He is the Business Development Director for Airtel. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to JSA TV Live.
Nice to be here, Keely. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. Well, let's start right off with some good news. Actually, just this week, your subsidiary Nextra by Airtel had a really big announcement about using green energy, something we're hearing a lot about in the data center space lately. Can you just share some details about that announcement with us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited about this announcement. Nextra Data Center is the largest data center provider in India, and they have partnered with Bloom Energy to deploy fuel cell technology in India in its data centers, and obviously to reduce the carbon emissions and also unlock the cost and sustainability benefits. And to start with, Nextra will be deploying natural gas and eventually migrate to hydrogen without any significant investment in the future. So Nextra Data Center has a vision of achieving net zero by 2031. In line with that, there is a lot of effort and initiatives with regard to sustainability. So the Nextra Data Center team has embarked on a journey to deploy new innovative energy solutions in India, and they want to set new benchmarks in the Indian data center market because India is emerging as a lead destination in the APAC region in terms of data centers. And I'm very proud to say that Nextra Data Center is the first company in India to deploy fuel cell technology, right? And also, Nextra Data Center has committed investments to the tune of $600 million plus US dollars to build more capacities, to increase the capacity by almost 3x over a period of next 3 to 4 years' time.
It's always exciting to be leading the pack, that's for sure. Let's take a step back and talk just real quickly about Airtel. Of course, you're very well known across India. For people in the US, though, for our US viewers who might not be familiar with Airtel, can you just give us a quick overview of what Airtel is and what you do?
Sure, absolutely. So Airtel is a leading Indian telecommunications company, service provider with global presence. And so Airtel generates about $14.5 billion US dollars in terms of annual revenues. And it's broadly classified into two groups. One is the consumer group and other one is the B2B group. On the consumer side, Airtel is present in about 17 countries in South Asia and Central Africa. And here's the fun fact, Airtel today has about 491 million wireless subscribers, and that makes it the second largest wireless operator in the world. On the B2B side, Airtel is the provider of choice for the top enterprise customers, government customers, and also the SME customers in India. And on the global front, Airtel caters to some of the top global carriers, OTTs, across the globe. So that's on the global business side. And Airtel operates at a very massive scale in terms of infrastructure. It operates about owns and operates about 12 hyperscale data centers in India, and it has about 120 edge data centers. On the network side, Airtel owns about 355K route kilometers of fiber, terrestrial fiber, and about 365K of subsea fiber network, connecting about 200 of its global POPs. Right, so Airtel offers a wide portfolio of services ranging from data center co-location, managed services, network connectivity, IP transit, CDN, collaboration services, cyber security, and also cloud solutions. So Airtel is very uniquely positioned in terms of owning data center assets, in terms of owning network assets, and also the eyeballs, both B2B and the consumer eyeballs. So that's the biggest value that we bring on the table for our global customers.
Definitely a wide footprint and a lot going on. So you were talking a little while ago about sustainability and a lot of the sustainability efforts that Airtel and Nextra by Airtel have. I would just like to ask you generally, because we're hearing a lot about sustainability in data centers here at Datacloud and then just across the industry right now. You know, there are some markets that have very stringent policies that data centers are having to put into place, California for one, here in the US, and then of course other markets globally. How do you think that is setting up companies like yours and others in the industry to innovate and do better and put better practices into place, and how does that just help us overall?
That's a great question, Keely. In fact, sustainability is the biggest, it's the hot topic today in the data center industry. I see in this conference a lot of people talking about sustainability, and yes, as more and more data center companies are inclined towards deploying sustainable solutions, I think the regulators are becoming more and more important to the data center industry. And yes, California has always led the nation in terms of developing and implementing new sustainability policies. And yes, Singapore also was an early adopter of renewable solutions, but they did the biggest thing of switching from fossil-based to the natural gas. And of course, the European Union also passed a lot of regulations in the recent past. I think in 2020, they came down quite heavily on all the data center companies, and they've even kept a target of going carbon neutral by, I think, 2030 or something like that. I think these stricter regulations are definitely having an impact on the data center industry as a whole. And coming back to our market, this is definitely spilling over. And the Indian government has got an ambitious plan of going 50% clean energy by 2030. Right, that's quite an aggressive timeline, but I think we are already headed in the direction. And also the data center ecosystem in India is adopting quite well to this change. And now companies are looking at alternative renewable energy sources. They are getting more efficient on the power utilization. They're optimizing power consumption, and they're innovating new innovative technologies. And of course, trying to reduce the PUE. Right. So yeah, definitely, it's having a strong impact on the data center industry as a whole. And Nextra itself, as I mentioned earlier, we have a vision of going net zero by 2031.
And you're being recognized for your sustainability initiatives, among other things. I should say congratulations, because Airtel was recently named as a finalist in the Global Carrier Awards for the best ESG, or environmental, social, and governmental initiative, as well as best security. So congratulations, and can you just share a little bit about why you were nominated in those two categories?
Yeah, sure. As you know, this Global Carrier Award is happening in London next month, and we are very excited about it. And we got nominated in two categories. One is, of course, the ESG initiative, and Airtel has taken a number of initiatives on the ESG space. We have implemented some of the global best practices in our data center and the network businesses, and of course, we are all the time innovating, trying to bring in some new innovative technologies, the fuel cell being one such example. So all that combined, I think we have got a spot in the nomination, and I'm really looking forward to this event. And the second nomination is on the security innovation. We presented our ISOC, which is the security NOC, ISOC capabilities. So we have rolled out a next-gen ISOC platform, and we have something like about 10 plus offerings for our enterprise customers. So this is something very innovative in a market like India. So that's what got us into the nomination list. So I'm very excited about it, and hopefully we should see something coming up next month.
Well, where can we stay tuned, and how can we just generally keep up with what's happening with Airtel?
Okay, so you can, for Airtel, you can go to airtel.in /global business. And for data centers, you can go to Airtel www.nextra.in.
Well, great. Lots of great things happening. So congratulations on a good year so far, and we'll watch out for plenty more to come this year and into next year. In the meantime, thanks so much, Naren, for stopping by JSA TV. Enjoy the rest of Datacloud, and thank you for tuning in to JSA TV Live. And as always, happy networking. Hello and welcome to JSA TV Live. We are the live streaming news source for Datacloud USA here in sunny Austin, Texas. I'm Keely Dorian, and joining me right now we have Kurt Friesen. He is the Director of North America for the International Data Center Authority, or IDCA, as you might be better known. So welcome, Kurt. Welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you so much. We're thrilled to be here.
Well, we hope you're having a wonderful conference so far. How's your experience been, and what really attracted you to come here today?
I mean, we are kind of in my backyard, so that helps. But there's a really great attendance here at Datacloud. I'm actually really pleased with the results so far and the turnout, the conversations. Buffy, thank you so much for the panel you hosted yesterday on diversity in the industry, which is a big deal. But we're at a beautiful resort and we're having a wonderful time.
Absolutely. And absolutely a big shout out to our colleague Buffy. She did a fabulous job hosting not one, but two panels. But let's talk just a little bit more generally about the IDCA, and congratulations. I hear that you're newer to the organization, so congratulations on that. But what are some of the exciting things that you guys do and are working on?
Sure. Yeah, it's about week 2 for me, so I'm still trying to fully grasp all of our capabilities and our reach just internationally, which has been really impressive so far. I'd say right now our flagship product is our facility audits and certifications. They're really designed to identify weaknesses and the strengths of a facility as well. Then recommend optimum remedies for the operations and the infrastructure. We do audits on design and build and operations. We do certifications for the entire data center facility itself. We do cloud certifications, and we even do certifications on the IT and the application level. Yeah, so a pretty robust suite of services that we offer to the industry.
And you've been having a lot of really great conversations lately. Before we sat down over here, you were letting me know you were just speaking with quite a few international embassies to talk about putting together some more of those solutions internationally.
Yeah, in fact, just last week I was in D.C., where the IDCA's headquarters is just outside of D.C. in Rockville, Maryland. And on Thursday we were hosted by 3 different embassies, including Oman and Hong Kong and Malaysia, and the point of that was to open a dialogue and a discussion on how the IDCA can provide some strategic consulting to assist in digital transformation for some of the developing sectors of those countries, which we've done in the past as well.
Definitely important conversations to be having right now as we're just diving further and further into this 4th industrial revolution. So we're just excited to see what you guys do and where everything is going. Any sneak peeks of things to come on the horizon that you can share with us right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's exciting to announce that we're finally going to be doing in-person training again. I think we're pretty much out of the woods. I'd like to say. And so I've identified the markets that we're going to be doing that in over the next 12 to 18 months. The schedule will be released shortly. The markets are San Jose and Phoenix, and here in Austin. We're also going to be in Chicago and Atlanta, New York, and Loudoun County, Virginia. The idea also is to ideally host these trainings at colo facilities in these markets. And it really doesn't matter which ones. Ideally, we want to be able to have those in the facilities so we can provide hands-on training in the data center itself. So kind of a call to action for all the colos in those locations. Feel free to reach out to me, but you can probably expect me to be calling you within the next few weeks to discuss that anyway.
So we've been forewarned. Where can people just keep an eye out on the schedule for those trainings, or if they just want to learn a little bit more about IDCA, where can we go?
Yeah, we'll be announcing that on idc-a.org. Other announcements to come too will be we're rolling out a membership platform over the coming weeks, and I've already started planning a mega conference that's going to be within the next 18 months as well. So that's idc-a.org. or curtis@idc-a.org.
Well, Kurt, thank you so much for joining us here at both at Datacloud USA and then, of course, on JSA TV Live. We appreciate you being here. So thank you, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. And as always, happy networking. Hello and welcome back to JSA TV Live. We are the live streaming news platform for Datacloud USA, and we are back once again in sunny Austin, Texas, where we're having a beautiful day and a wonderful Datacloud USA experience so far. I'm Keely Dorian. Joining me right now on JSA TV Live, we have Niraj Shah, Senior Vice President and Director of Sales and Business Development for IX Africa. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here, so it's good.
We hope you're having a wonderful conference so far, but let's just dive right in. Can you just talk to us a little bit about IX Africa's hypercloud-ready campus in East Africa?
Yeah, sure. Basically, it's a hypercloud campus, 22.5 megawatts of IT power. It's the first in East Africa and very credible to scale up in a big way. So it was a big project that we've done. We're just about ready for service that's going to be in January of 2023 with 4.5 megawatts, and then we'll scale it up. So yeah, big project, fantastic land area, huge hyperscale opportunity.
So definitely some exciting things to come.
Absolutely. The first in the country, the first in the region, first in East Africa. So yeah, we've got a lot of good things to look forward to, and the hypers are now looking at what's going on. So absolutely a market that's really emerging in a big way.
Absolutely. So can you talk to us a little bit about how this new campus will just play into the overall advancement of network infrastructure in Africa?
So basically, data centers are the hub and the core of internet as it goes. So with internet coming closer, it brings the internet closer to the people. So content is now going to be available within East Africa, within Kenya, within Nairobi. So in that way, it's enhancing the network in such a big way. And so connectivity becomes easier. You have a lot more content on hand. There's a lot more availability of all sorts of cloud applications right there. So there is no latency. We're actually reducing that element of latency for connectivity.
So why Kenya? I'm sure there was a very strategic method behind the madness there.
Well, first thing, Kenya is just a beautiful country. It's great, yeah, so that's a plus on its own. It comes as a benefit, no doubt. But Kenya is very centrally located on the East African coast. There are quite a few subsea cables coming into Mombasa, and Africa is just undergoing a massive transformation digitally, right? So cloud applications are growing quite a bit, and Kenya is a technical hub. Nairobi is the hub itself. So Kenya is ideally situated, and IX Africa is located in a very strategic position. So it can actually enhance this whole growth of digital technology. The other element is that Kenya is actually, Nairobi for that matter, is elevated at 6,500 feet. So it's actually very cool. It's the ideal climate for efficient data centers. So having looked at all these parameters, we realized that this is the ideal location to be in. So apart from Nairobi being the technological hub, we're also going to be building or have built a very efficient data center. So we look at a PUE of 1.25. That's something that pulls in the hypers. So it's something that we've looked at. And then again, it's situated very centrally. So to connect to different countries, it's quite close. So we have from Kenya a market of 400 million people. Now, when the hypers start looking at that, that makes sense. So I think that's the reason it actually, decided on Kenya.
So that is an impressive PUE, and I want to dig into that for just a moment. So let's talk about sustainability and more efficiently run data centers overall. That's a big pillar for you as you are advancing and developing. Can you share just a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So PUE, 1.25 is fantastic. I think the average in Europe right now is about 1.4. So 1.25 is something that we've strived to get. And that's because of the method, the design of the data center, the fact that we're using a very different cooling method, indirect adiabatic chilling. And as I mentioned, Nairobi is based at 6,000 feet. So between the months of May and September, we're dropped to 12 degrees centigrade. It's free cooling. So we can achieve that 1.25. And perhaps as we go along with more technology coming in, we'll try and reduce that to further. That's the ambition, but that's one of the reasons. From a sustainability point of view, Kenya's energy is green, predominantly geothermal, hydroelectric, and then a little bit of solar and a little bit of wind. So we're green as it is, and that's another plus point. for the hypers to come in, or for any other enterprise that's willing to look at how they can reduce their impact on the climate. And then we have something called Keep It Africa. Keep It Africa is a mantra that we've got in place where we try to have a very sustainable supply chain. So we are reducing our carbon footprint by making sure we've got everything available within the country. If not the country, then the region. And then finally we can go out. But that idea is to grow and develop the entire economy as it is for us, or at least to boost it. And that's one of the key issues that we have. We have wastewater management, because we use a lot of water to cool. Well, not a lot, but we'll recycle it. So we have in every aspect Keep It Africa sustainability in place, and then obviously we'll have our own solar to generate for our administrative costs and all that. We've involved our community around us, so we'll have a lot of planting of trees, a lot of recycling. All that's going to be available to the economy, to the community.
Such an important thing, and we're so glad to hear that you're doing that. Last question before we let you go, and then we'll let you get back to your Datacloud experience. But can you just talk in general about the leadership team at IX Africa? You have a lot of really great experienced individuals who are coming up with some great solutions, as we have just talked about here.
Yeah, I call it the dream team, to be honest. Guy Wilner is our chairman. He's had a lot of experience. Very knowledgeable in the data center industry. He's been there since 1998. Andrew Hunt, our CFO, was co-founder and co-investor in Terraco, so a lot of knowledge there again. There's Clément Martinou, who's involved in the build of the entire data center. He's one of the guys who actually brought in one of the cables, Line 2, and he was involved in building that station, subsea station. And Naresh Mehta is ex-CEO of Schneider Kenya. So he's got a lot of knowledge and ability in power and electronics. And I do my leadership management and the commercial element, which works well. So I call it the dream team. It's an amazing team, and we work really well together. But certainly a lot of vision from Guy, and it's actually fun to work with IX Africa. So it's the dream team.
Well, if people want to learn more about the Dream Team or IX Africa or all of the great things that you have going on, where should we send them?
Nairobi, Kenya.
And if they can't go there?
The website, ixafrica.co.ke. You get all the information from there. It's all there. Or contact me. I'm available. Niraj Shah at ixafrica.co.ke. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Datacloud and at JSA TV Live. And as always, to our viewers, thank you for tuning in, and happy networking.
Thank you.
Welcome back to JSA TV Live, the streaming network for tech, telecom, and data center professionals. I'm Buffy Harakitis, coming to you live from the Datacloud USA floor. And joining me today is John Yembo, Senior Director of Infrastructure for Telegeography. John, welcome to JSA TV.
Thanks so much. Good to be here.
Yeah, so much going on here live at Datacloud USA, and it seems to be that the message here is sustainability. And as you can see, we are bringing the greener data movement here to Datacloud. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been hearing?
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the broader themes of sustainability, and we have a very complicated little period of time, I think, to work through in the industry and really in the economy, the global economy at large. And so there's been a lot of good soul searching, I think, about the best way to move forward, both in the short term and in the long term.
Yes, absolutely. And what are you observing as some of the biggest hurdles that data center operators are facing today when it comes to the critical topic of sustainability?
The absolute biggest hurdle right now is energy availability, underlying generation of power, and especially in Europe. So with the continuing war in Ukraine, the availability of natural gas is the biggest issue, and that's affecting the global wholesale energy markets significantly. And that passes on to the data center operators and then to end consumers as well. So while we're talking about the longer term efforts towards sustainability, which are also very critical, and in another sense very immediate, because so many regulators are pushing some for the very first time on the level that they're doing right now to pursue better initiatives in the long term. The countervailing issue is that in the short term, everyone just needs power.
It's almost like we're in a power pandemic, which was something that I discussed earlier here at Datacloud. Yes, on a very important critical panel. So give us a little bit of insight into what else you're hearing at the Datacloud USA floor and some of the conference sessions. Some great conversations are happening. What are some other messages that you've been hearing today?
Well, I think the broader conversations about sustainability have been really good, very substantive. And we're talking about everything from what's going on within the data center, the types of servers being used, to how power is stored, to how it's generated, and to the kinds of cooperative arrangements could be made with other sectors in order to utilize energy and waste energy better. So those are the kinds of things that I'm hearing a lot of good positive ideas on. So when it comes to implementation, that's going to be the question, especially in the short term.
And where can viewers go to learn more about telegeography?
Well, you could go to our website, telegeography.com. We do extensive research on global capacity development and pricing trends in the market. We also have a couple of free resources that viewers might find interesting. We have the submarinecablemap.com, where we track all of the major subsea cable projects globally, and we run the website internetexchangemap.com as well. So I encourage you all to look at that, help us get better data if you can, and continue to give us good sourcing information so we can keep that as authoritative as possible.
What's the latest on subsea?
Well, the latest on subsea continues to be this long-term shift towards content networks, the hyperscalers themselves driving network development. As recently as 2010, 80% of subsea development was driven by investment from carriers. Now that's almost completely flipped.
Is there anything else you'd like to add today, John?
Well, I guess on a separate note, it's been fascinating to, in the middle of all of this kind of turbulence in the short term, to see the incredible opportunities that are being generated at the same time. And what we're seeing in the midst of all this is a greater distribution of network resources. And so some of the negative things have been a good impetus to develop elsewhere. And we're seeing that throughout Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Latin America, other parts of Europe, and all over the planet. So there's a lot of opportunity in the midst of short-term uncertainty.
So light at the end of the tunnel, almost like.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt.
Well, thank you again, John, for joining us on JSA TV. And I'm Buffy Harakitis. Thanks for joining, and stay tuned for another fabulous episode of JSA TV Live from Datacloud USA. Happy networking! Welcome back to JSA TV Live, the live streaming channel for tech, telecom, and data center professionals. I'm Buffy Harakitis, coming to you live from Datacloud USA in sunny Austin, Texas. And joining me today, we have Greg Rolls and Luke Kipfer of Powerhouse Data Centers. Gentlemen, welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So some exciting news coming out of Powerhouse Data Centers just this week, the announcement of the exciting launch. Can you tell us a little bit more about the launch and what makes Powerhouse Data Centers so unique?
Certainly. So one of the more unique aspects of Powerhouse is our ability to excel at site acquisition. We have in-house expertise that we've developed over the years and relationships that are deep-seated. We have an in-house acquisitions team, an in-house development team that I lead. We work hand in hand to ensure that we deliver best-in-class powered shell, build-to-suit, and build-to-spec data centers.
All right. Well, congratulations on that launch. We've been seeing it all over LinkedIn, and everyone's talking about it here on the Datacloud USA floor. So congratulations. And Luke, when it comes to the financial aspects and the joint venture that you have with AREP and Harrison, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So we're in a $1 billion joint venture with Harrison Street. Harrison Street is primarily focused on alternative real estate assets. They have data center assets throughout the world. And one of the big advantages is they're a very sophisticated partner when it comes to data centers. So they understand the specific needs for hyperscalers and what we need to do to be able to deploy those assets quickly to the market.
Well, congrats on that great joint venture that you have going there. And it seems that you're expanding pretty quickly with 6 data centers planned in the heart of Data Center Alley. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have our Powerhouse Arcola site that's just south of the Peak Data Center Alley. That's a 2-building campus, over 600,000 square feet. We're anywhere between 80 and 96 megawatts of critical power, depending on the specific client's needs. We also have the old AOL main headquarters campus right in the heart of Data Center Alley, right off of Pacific Boulevard. That's going to be a 3-building campus that we're deploying there. And then we have our ABX1 site, which is off of Bowmead Circle, right in the heart of Data Center Alley. That's under construction now to be delivered the end of next year, 2013.
All right, well, Powerhouse is surely on the move already. And we talked a little bit about hyperscalers, or rather you did. So tell us a little bit about how Powerhouse enables hyperscalers in these critical markets.
So through our relationships that we have with both our vendor partners as well as jurisdictions like Loudoun County and Prince William County, it's really all about speed to market. And through our real estate acquisition and our relationships through our vendors, municipal partners, we're able to deliver best-in-class at speed.
Best in class at speed. That's what I'm sure all the hyperscalers out there would like to hear for sure. And I'm excited for this launch and to be here with you guys today. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
We're just super excited to be here at Datacloud. It's been a tremendous event, a tremendous venue, and we appreciate the partnership that we have with JSA.
Yes, we appreciate it as well. So tell viewers where they can go to learn more about Powerhouse and all these exciting announcements and initiatives ahead.
Absolutely. So the website for Powerhouse is powerhousedata.com, and you can also feel free to follow Powerhouse Data on LinkedIn as well, too.
So definitely follow Powerhouse Data on LinkedIn, Twitter as well?
Twitter as well.
Twitter as well. And gentlemen, thanks again so much for joining me today here live at Datacloud in Austin, Texas. And thank you again for being one of JSA's top partners and clients. We appreciate it. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to another live episode of JSA TV Live here at Datacloud USA in Austin, Texas. Happy networking. Welcome back to JSA TV Live, the live streaming network for tech, telecom, and data center professionals. I'm Buffy Harakitis, back to you live in Austin, Texas for Datacloud USA. And joining me today is Spencer Nikini. Spencer, welcome to JSA TV.
Hi, Buffy. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Spencer is the marketing campaign manager for Zadara. Can you tell us a little bit more about Zadara and what your company does?
Yeah, absolutely, Buffy. So Zadara is a cloud provider. Essentially, we provide storage and compute at the edge. We can provide it within AWS or a large hyperscaler. We can even provide it on a customer's own data center or anywhere in between. We have 400 locations around the world, including 130 in the United States, which makes us really apt to deliver a fantastic platform for people that are operating over a wide variety of workloads.
And I see some big names on your shirt today, some racing names. You have some exciting clients.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about some of your clients and the industries that you serve?
Yeah, absolutely, Buffy. So actually the reason why we wear this shirt is because we are the official cloud provider for Alfa Romeo's F1 racing team. So we have our nice little logo right here on the sleeve. And it's an interesting use case. It kind of highlights the infinite deployability of our solution. Essentially what the people at Alfa Romeo are doing with this is they're taking a full stack from Zadara, so storage and compute, and they're deploying us trackside at every single F1 race around the world. They're running all of their car analytics on it, and then they're doing simultaneous replication of that data back to their headquarters in Switzerland, not Italy, Switzerland, and yeah, helping that, using that information to help them win races and continue growing as a team. So it's really cool to be able to support that, and also nice to have a really high visibility way to show just how well our solutions can not only handle demanding performant workloads, but also be deployed pretty much anywhere regardless of geography.
Wow, amazing that you're the official provider of Alfa Romeo. Yeah, wonderful. All right, so what other types of industries and challenges are you helping to solve?
Yeah, so I mean, we work across a wide range of industries. I would say that there's two main challenges that we help people solve. First, obviously, is price. I mean, you know, the dollar makes everything go round, and whether you're operating on-prem or in the cloud, cost savings is always key. So, for example, our main value add when we look at comparing us versus a hyperscaler like AWS or Azure is that we usually come in about 40% cheaper for a lot of reasons, namely things like we don't charge egress, as well as we have a simplified billing, and then we also are significantly cheaper as an on-prem option because we're offering our solution in an OpEx consumption-based pricing model as opposed to the CapEx that people are normally used to. And ultimately what that means for our customers is freedom. The freedom to scale up, scale down, the freedom to do what they want with their data without being charged nickel and dimed everywhere along the way. And it's something that really resonates with a lot of different industries, be it you know, I think one of our bigger use cases is object storage for, say, police body cams. Yeah, there are, you know, a lot of people out there that will go and try to provision large environments that are going to hold all of their police body cams for the next 5 years, but ultimately they end up running out of space within a year and a half, and Zadara helps them save that, you know, save that headache by being able to, rather than go back to their IT department or to their budgetary department and ask for another $1 million for a new box, you can just spin up more Zadara machines and we'll send them out to you really as needed. Yeah.
Yeah, some interesting use cases there, so thank you for sharing them with us. And if viewers would like to learn more, can you tell us where to go?
Yeah, by all means. So obviously you should come visit us at zadara.com. You can also find us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of the big socials. I would say LinkedIn's probably the best place to get good content from us. But yeah, we have a whole plethora of solutions briefs and lovely white papers on our website, so feel free to visit zadara.com/resources.
Zadara.com and very active on LinkedIn, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, Spencer, thank you so much for joining us here in Austin, Texas, live, Datacloud USA, and thank you viewers for tuning in to another JSA TV live here at Datacloud USA. Stay tuned for some more great interviews and happy networking. Welcome back to JSA TV Live, the live streaming network for tech, telecom, and data center professionals. I'm Buffy Harakidis, coming to you back live from Austin, Texas for Datacloud USA. And joining me today is Nicholas Fischio. Nicholas, welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And Nicholas is with General Electric. Nicholas, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do for General Electric and why General Electric is here at Datacloud USA?
Sure. So I'm the senior sales manager for GE Grid Solutions, data center in particular, and my mission in life is to help grow our business as it pertains to the electrical gear that we sell into the data center industry. So I'm here to network, meet people, and hopefully grow the business.
So Nicholas caught my eye here today at Datacloud USA, and I have to say he's probably the most fashionable at Datacloud USA here in Austin, Texas. Do you want to give viewers a little view of what Datacloud fashion is like today?
Sure. So I was just talking with a gentleman at the bar. He said, "I like your Crocs." And I said, "These aren't Crocs, these are Prada." And as we continue to talk, I've decided that they're called Procs. So I just came up with that on the fly. But yeah, they're comfortable. You could wear socks with them or not. And the sport coat, the pocket square, the shirt. This is my fashion.
Very, very snazzy, Nicholas. And in case you didn't notice, JSA is here fashionably in green to support our greener data movement. What's General Electric doing as far as staying green and sustainability in today's market?
Good question. So we definitely, at GE, it's safe. It's always safety first. And then after safety, it's green, sustainability. So we do a lot within any of the three businesses. We have aviation, oil and gas, and renewables. So I'm in the renewables, and each business has metrics and goals around sustainability.
Sustainability is such a critical topic and a very front and foremost one here at Datacloud USA. What are some of the key messages that you've been hearing on the conference floor here live or some of the sessions?
Well, some of the messages I've been hearing are that the growth potential, while it's not unlimited, it's vast. But in addition to just making money, it's also about doing it with a small footprint, right? Putting the heat that you generate back into the grid to be used to heat homes, for example, in Africa, right? Developing nations. That's part of it. Doing carbon offsets. So it's not just about the P&L, it's also about giving back in the sense of trying to become carbon neutral.
The greater good, and especially, at JSA, our greener data movement, we had 24 authors join our book and our movement to put out our first ever greener data book. We'd love to give you a copy of it. So we truly believe in sustainability here at JSA, and we're trying to empower, other organizations to join our movement, greener data. And hashtag greener data in case you want to follow that.
Gotta have the hashtag.
Yes, gotta have the hashtag and gotta stay fashionable here at Datacloud USA. So give us a little bit more about where viewers can learn about General Electric.
Yeah, so there's obviously GE.com, but then our microsite is GE Grid Solutions. There's 4 pillars, so I'm in grid automation, but there's 3 other ones. It outlines the products and services that we offer to the industry. And so that's the best place to learn about it. Yep.
Well, Nicholas, thank you so much for joining us here at Datacloud USA, live for JSA TV. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to another fabulous episode here in Austin, Texas at Datacloud USA. Happy networking.
Yes. So just like my outfit attracted you to me, it was your green outfits that I saw, and I kept saying to myself, why are they wearing green? And as I was walking back, I said, greener data, light bulb moment, and that's why we're talking right now.
Yes,
Carpe diem.
Greener data, hashtag greener data, and thank you for tuning in to another fabulous episode of JSA TV Live. Happy networking. Welcome back to JSA TV Live, the live streaming channel for tech, telecom, and data center professionals. And we are wrapping up a fabulous day one here at Datacloud USA, the inaugural launch of this fabulous event here in Austin, Texas. So Keely, I mean, this has been an amazing day so far. We've done at least 5, 6 live JSA TV interviews. Oh, 7. Thank you, Allison. 7 interviews. We're so busy here. And we got to enjoy some great sessions, some very meaningful, powerful sessions here at Datacloud, where we're hearing that the message is allyship when it comes to women in data centers, and when it comes to power and space restraints, you know, we're hearing that co-opetition is the key there. So Keely, what are your thoughts overall from the first day of Datacloud?
Well, first of all, it's been a really fabulous event, just from the participants who are here and the organizers who have put it on, and just the quality of the people who are here. It's just been a really wonderful experience. The venue is unbeatable. You can't beat this view. You can't see it behind us because we put up this lovely banner to block your view, but it's on a golf course. It's just a wonderful environment to be. And then, as you were saying, also a lot of the topics have just been really wonderful. And shout out to you, by the way. You emceed another panel today. 2 of them, I might add, and then on top of that, doing a lot of the JSA TV interviews. So I'm going to kick it back to you. How did your panel go? What nugget of information did you pull out of that?
Yeah, the panels were very meaningful to me personally, being a woman in the data center industry, you know, representing some of the top tier data centers here at Datacloud and globally. So to be on that panel and host it and talk to some of the, you know, most powerful women in the industry, where we chatted about the importance of encouraging the younger generation to be a part of data centers, and how are we going to get there, and what do we need to do to encourage more women. I actually was joined by one of our clients, Prime Data Centers, their VP of Construction, Kristen Bejanero. She joined me. So that was really great to see that we have a VP of Construction, you know, on the panel, and she gave some words of wisdom of how we can encourage universities and data center organizations to partner on curriculum to really encourage girls and the next generation to be a part of such a fabulous industry, because it really is. It's just not as glamorous as some women would think, but it really is. And we talked about social media being a part of how we can encourage the next generation, specifically with channels like Instagram and TikTok. And today I got to join some of the key leaders of the industry, you know, from Quantum Loophole to Element Critical to MCFI. And it was amazing how we got to chat about the limitations of space and power, and Meta as well was on the panel, and they talked about, you know, what they look for with third-party data center organizations. So some great key takeaways there with some of the most powerful leaders in our space today. So I was honored to be asked by Datacloud USA to host some of those panels. And Keely, let's give a shout out to some of the top, you know, clients of JSA that are here at Datacloud sponsoring, you know, attending this wonderful event.
Well, you've already mentioned Prime Data Centers, so we've talked about them. We have Involta, we have T5, Edge Connects, Dart Points. We also have 165 Halsey Street. We have AREP, Powerhouse Data Centers, Lincoln Rack House, and Stream. And I hope I haven't forgotten anybody, but we're just so honored to be able to work with all of our wonderful clients, the ones who are here at Datacloud, and then all of our other wonderful clients who were not able to make it here today. So yeah, a really, really great lineup of clients, some of who we've talked to here on JSA TV as well. Anything that you're looking forward to as we close out day one, Buffy?
Well, yes, of course, the parties tonight, right? So, of course, JSA will be there attending the Cloud Culture and Cocktails event tonight, and it's at Sway from 6 to 7 p.m., and it's being sponsored in part by iMasons and also the Women's Tech Forum. So we will be there tonight in our green jackets representing Greener Data. In case you don't know about Greener Data, Keely, why don't you give viewers at home watching us live a little bit more information about the Greener Data movement that JSA launched just recently on Earth Day. Why don't you give viewers a little bit more details there?
Sure. Real quickly, Greener Data is a multi-author book. We've got 20 plus authors who have all chaptered a book on essentially greening the plumbing of the internet, if you will. We have various authors from all walks of, or all corners of the earth, from in the different parts of the infrastructure space, so data centers, of course, but then we have one, for example, they do generators that go in the data centers, and then there are other cloud providers that are any way that you can touch a data center and make it more efficient and more perform better and just be a greener. That's why it's called Greener Data. That's in there. So you can check that out now. We do have copies. If anybody's here at Datacloud, you can come by our booth and just pick up a copy. Or if you're at home watching this, you can just go to greenerdata.net and you can find all the details on how to pick up your copy.
So be sure to go to greenerdata.net, #GreenerData, to find out more about the Greener Data movement. And here at Datacloud USA, we rolled out the green carpet, and we're here talking, about sustainability with a lot of the guests that you're seeing at home, and learning about what the digital infrastructure community is doing to be more sustainable, because it is such a critical, important topic in our industry and of the world today. So thank you, viewers, for following us live here at Datacloud USA, and be sure to check back with us tomorrow. We'll be live again, right?
That's right. And until then, happy networking.
Happy networking.